What's up, guys? Today's the big day. I'm super pumped. Taco's getting some new shoes. We got these new Relations race wheels, the RR7H. It's the hybrid wheel. Let me show you these things. So these are a hybrid wheel. They can take a beadlock ring, true beadlock ring, or a protection ring, or nothing at all. Today we're going to be setting them up standard, but we do have beadlock rings on the way that should be shipping in January. These are the plus 25 offset and a 17 by 8.5. So we're headed up to the local tire shop now. It's Tires Etc. here in Pensacola, Florida. They've done some work on my truck before, doing alignment for me, so I like to use those guys. They have the best deal in town on these tires. We're going with the Toyo Open Country RT Pros and a 35 1250 17 with an E-load. On Toyo's website it shows a C-load, but couldn't find it anywhere on the internet or in town or local. I don't know if it used to exist and no longer does, but going the E-load, I've personally never noticed a difference between E-load and a C-load. I've went from back to back between the two, and I couldn't really tell. Everybody says run a C-load on a Tacoma, and it's a small truck, but we'll see. I mean, it's really just the plies of the bottom part of the tread. The sidewall isn't affected by that, from my understanding, so we'll see how she rides. Right now it's got Nitto Ridge Grappler 265 70 18s on it, which are like a 32.5. So I know the Toyos run true to their size, so there should be a pretty big difference in tire. I was contemplating between the BFG KM3s and the 37 just because they run kind of small, but decided to go with Toyos because they have such a good reputation, and I haven't heard any bad things from anybody that's ran a Toyo tire. I've always been a BFG guy myself, ran KOs for decades, so it'll be my first adventure into a different tire. These Nittos just came on the truck. They haven't been bad. I feel like they get a little bouncy sometimes during the colder weather, almost like a flat spot, or it takes a second to kind of warm up and get going. So I'm looking for a good experience with these Toyos, so let's see how it goes. All right, guys, we're rolling in here to Tires Etc. Let's get these bad boys put on. All right, guys, we're at Tires Etc. Let's see what these guys got going on for me here.
Morning.
What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
We got Kenny, my guy here at Tires Etc. What y'all got going for me today?
Well, today we got a set of 35-inch Toyo RT Pros we're going to put on that beautiful Toyota Tacoma, and we're going to get you looking right.
Heck yeah,
got
man.
Some new wheels in the bed?
Oh yeah, we got some Relation race wheels that y'all are going to hook up with that too.
Okay.
I'm excited, man. It's going to look good. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Let's see how it turns out. Guys, the size difference on these tires is insane. I mean, I don't even believe that these Nittos are true 32.5, but these 35s just look sick. The amount of tread on these, it's just wild. These are gonna look great going on the Taco here soon. Yeah, it's looking good. Cut it a little bit sharper. Yeah, it's just on the bottom mud flap's not bad at all. See on the front. It even clears on the front too pretty good. Alright guys, this thing turned out awesome. First shot, fresh off the rack. We'll get a couple of drone shots here shortly, but just the initial impression is really awesome. Super pleased with the way this turned out. Well guys, we're at the Taco's favorite restaurant here, getting fuel. Let's take a look at this tire clearance now we got the new tires put on. So as you can see, this is a half turn. Get out this light for you guys. You can see that get just the slightest rub on the mud flap at exactly a half turn. Otherwise there's no rub once you get past that point or before it. Let's check on the other tire. On the front bumper here, surprisingly we were completely clearing that. I ain't rubbing on it yet at all, so super impressed with the way this thing's turning out. Just getting a little side shot of it here, but I think we might even get away with being able to keep these mud flaps on, just a little bit of trimming possibly, so we'll see. Alright guys, we're making our way back from the tire shop now. First impressions are truck drives really good with these tires, pretty smooth riding. Do hear a little bit of road noise, which is expected. I mean, they have 20 millimeters of tread, so that's pretty aggressive. I think that's more than the KM3s I looked at. I think they had 18 millimeter tread, so nice and smooth. I'm checking the speedometer now. I mean, I'm a little shocked that going this big, at least at 45 miles an hour, the speedometer is still pretty dead on, and that's checking it with GPS versus the truck's digital gauge. So I'll have to do an interstate test later today. We can get out and about. But at the moment, we're gonna head back to the house, check these mud flaps and the crash bracket to see if we need to remove them or not. Probably still gonna remove them just to be safe. I might trim the front mud flap to see if I can keep it. Not sure if I'm gonna keep the rear mud flaps or not. Kind of like the look, kind of don't sometimes. You guys let me know in the comments what you think about that. If you're a mud flap person or rather get rock chips all the way up the side of the car. With the way these new fender flares are. But we're about to be doing the Chassis Unlimited Rugged Terrain Series High Clearance Front Bumper today is my goal, so that'll be another video, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see that one coming out. We'll try to still get a few drone shots here in a minute and kind of check some clearances, so if we can go somewhere to try to flex the truck out and see if we're really clearing completely. Alright guys, so after looking at it closer, this is, I think, like 1.5 turns of the wheel. Let's see if I can get the lighting in here good enough. It's definitely gonna be too tight once we have some flex. We're gonna do some trimming on the front, and then we're gonna remove the. Hopefully this wind noise isn't too bad out here today, but we're gonna end up removing the crash bracket because that's too close for comfort there, and it's rubbing on the mud flap down in here. Again, this is a plus 25 offset, which is kind of the ideal offsets. I can't even imagine going more than that. You should be probably trimming into the actual panel here. But it's 3 10 millimeter bolts for the mud flap. I believe it's 3 17 millimeter bolts for the crash brackets. We're gonna get those off real quick and see. All right, guys, we're just take a flathead screwdriver and get these clips out of here real fast. Now we can see our bolts. And that is a 17 millimeter. Go grab the drill real quick and make this a lot simpler. All right, and we're back. Use the drill, make this a lot quicker. This thing, I don't know if you can see that in the camera there, it has some little tabs to hang it on so it doesn't come falling down on your feet. But you can see that's going to open up a ton of space right here. And then we'll move on to the mud flaps here. These are just these little 10 millimeter. There's going to be one on the back side here, I'll show you. Alright, I'll show you the clearance now with the mud flap removed. Let's see, get a little better side shot there. As you can see, it's still pretty close, even with the mud flap out and the crash bracket. I mean, the crash bracket freed up all that room, but maybe potential to have to trim a little bit right there. We'll see. We'll get the other side removed and then go from there. Alright guys, I'm trying to get it flexed out here as best I can, what I got. And even with the crash plate out and the mud flap off, you can see this is about 3/4 turn. It's about a 1/4 of a turn. It starts to clear back up, so let's try a half turn. I guess that is about a half turn. Yeah, so right around that half turn mark, it gets pretty close. I guess it's just really catching the carpet. I may trim a little bit of that out just to make sure. Let's take a look at the other side. Haven't really had any issues with front contact, even though we're going to be trimming all that out anyways. We'll see. Sure looks good stuff though. Show you a little bit of the back tire here, just how well it tucks in. Get the focus there. This plus 25, I mean, it tucks in just perfect. I think if you went any more than a plus 25, like a 0 offset, you'd be in trouble right there. But as far as front clearance, it's good. As far as back clearance, you got plenty of room for the mud flap. Anything else you want to run there, so not too bad.